Also, I'm gonna skip the starting soon. We're not technically starting. We're back. Just restarted the router and okay, I do kind of need to restart live. It looks like. So like that's. I'm gonna take care of that before we dive right back into it. We should be back. Here, let me take a look. Okay, YouTube seems fine. I'm not sure if Twitch is. Huh. Thank you, Wendigo. Oh. No, okay, it looks like Twitch isn't working quite. It doesn't seem like it's working quite as expected on Live, so I'm gonna restart Live. Then we're gonna dive right back into it. We there yet? I think maybe. Take a look. YouTube looks fine. Sure, if Twitch is. I don't know why it's not connecting to Twitch on StreamerKit. Double check. Did it accidentally disconnect it? Yeah, I disconnected it. That explains. Okay, that will do it probably. Okay, Wendigo, I'll explain that very, very soon. Okay, Twitch is working too. Basically, Wendigo, do you know how limited it is for me when it comes to flying? Basically, I can only fly on I can only fly on UFOs and rockets. Okay, yeah, come on. And basically, I can only fly on UFOs and rockets. And you know how slow UFOs are. And when it comes to rockets, Blastoise is also so slow that I can't even go anywhere, just goes in circles the moment I start flying. So that really only leaves me Golurk. Golurk spawns in 3 spots. Jungle pyramids, ancient cities, and desert pyramids. As you might have found out, there's no ancient cities. We spent so much time looking for one, there are none. There's no jungle pyramids. And then there's this pyramid, where I thought, oh, I'll be able to find a Golurk. But no, it is not a desert pyramid structure. So Golurk doesn't spawn. And out of spite, I've decided to take down the entire pyramid. Because this is a scam. This pyramid is a scam. And we're going to make sure that no one else ever gets scammed again. And you know what we call a pyramid-shaped scam around here? We call them pyramid schemes. So this area is a pyramid scheme. And we're taking down the pyramid schemes of Camp Cobblemon. That is why. And I think I'm also going to get the Impress Hyman badge by doing this. I know that you watch Mock a lot, and you know that he's been trying very badly to impress Hyman. I think that this kind of dedication has to get the badge. Like, there's no way it's not going to, right? That is part of the reason why. So wait. Oh, I already had bone meal in here. So like basically half gambling, half I think would be a funny bit, and half well, no, yeah, basically those two. Those two are the main reasons. And to be fair, we also kind of needed, and when I first started it, we kind of needed sand for bottles. And now I know that we're never gonna run out of sand with this. Oh, yeah, the channel redeem. Oh, that's because I skipped the end of starting soon. So because like for the starting soon screen, that's they're for the starting soon screen, so you can change how clean or dirty they are with those channel point redeems. And I have it so that when it changes away from the starting soon screen, it automatically disables them. I still need to make it a BRB screen too. There's quite a few things I need to do, honestly, when it comes to like minor quality of life changes to this. Yeah, okay, yeah, the 5 minutes ended. That's why. Because like it automatically changes it after 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna wait a bit before eating the last bread and finally freeing one more stack in my inventory. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to finish this layer, like, today probably, if I had to guess. But yeah, I'm gonna need to set up a proper honey farm soon. I think there's nothing else I can say about like the current fishing situation can basically be summed up to that. I need honey. Simple as that. Like I need other things too, but mainly honey. Like it's funny how rich we are in most resources, but like in the most basic ones, when it comes to the most basic ones, we're struggling so much. Like to the point like the most precious resource to me are like gold and copper. Diamonds are not necessarily that valuable, but I'm still starting to save mine because I've noticed that some of us go through them like a bit too much. Like I'd almost say like almost unnecessarily. I know it spawns in the Nether. I don't remember if it spawns somewhere in the overworld, but I know it definitely spawns in the Nether. I forgot the exact spot. Oh wait, it also spawns in mansions. It definitely spawns in mansions. Yeah, I might have been thinking of mansions actually. But maybe in the Nether too, but I know definitely mansions in the overworld. Like I'm still kind of new to Cobblemon, so like don't necessarily know all the subtleties, but yeah, I remember now that yeah, I caught my Litwicks on Origins, and I did catch them at the mansion, like near Prelude. I know there's another spot because I'm pretty sure that. Oh yeah, there's other spots because we definitely caught it for the first phase quest. I don't know off the top of my head. I tend when I'm looking for specific Pokemon, I tend to look up the official spreadsheet. That reminds me, speaking of Origins, when I go back there, I'm gonna need to catch a Rhyhorn. At this point, I don't have a choice. Raikkonen and I have something special going on. That is one of my heroes now. I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring back the racing skin, but in the other side, you know what? Yeah, I kind of have to. No, and I think it was a right call. Honestly, Chandelure is a cool Pokemon to have as a favorite. Like, I think it's slightly underrated. Like, at least like design wise, like it is a really cool one. But we don't hear. How do you feel about it getting a Mega? Like, outside of the fact that you probably wish it was a bit better. I don't think I've got room for the racing track at the school, but I know that there's going to be some racetracks on the server. And I might try making one elsewhere if I can. I know that there's a few. I know that Hazzy wants to make at least a few, and I know that there's people who are applying who also want to make racetracks. Like, I already had some. Like, one thing that kind of helped, I think, when it came to making the race video, like the Rhyhorn racing video, was the fact that I knew that racing was going to come to Origin, so I think I kind of showed that I like racing, but basically I was already having some plans for stuff I wanted to do when racing would come to Origins. And I basically got to use some of those ideas early, but some of them I don't really, because I wanted to make sure I got the video out during the camp break, I had to rush. Like, I had to rush my. No, rushing isn't necessarily the right word, but I had to make sure that my editing was quick. And I had to definitely save some ideas for the future. Yeah, that's more how I should say it. I will need more racetracks. One thing that I told Iman that honestly I hope that someone does on Origins, that I want one of the tracks to be made of ice. I think that that's gonna make it so much more interesting, like challenge-wise. Like the much more limited grip of being on ice, I think, is gonna up the difficulty quite a bit. Especially after we start getting used to Rhyhorn. Actually, not just Rhyhorn, but like any land mount races. Like, I think that the ice is gonna be what's gonna, like, it's really how we're gonna define the good racers from the great. Like, that's what's gonna make the difference between the good and the great. Yes, I would be so down. And not gonna like, considering the main issue of Monaco, I think that Monaco, when it comes to like Cobblemon racing, would probably work actually really well, since you can actually pass. Since you can actually pass because there's no collisions, I think that Monaco would actually work. I don't remember what kind of speed Go-Goat has, but the problem is I think that if it's not fast enough, it's a bit boring. Like, Mudsdale would also be cool, like strictly visual, when we're strictly talking about visuals. But when it comes to like the racing itself, I don't think it's necessarily going to be that interesting. Oh, it is quite fast, huh? Yeah, 65 is actually quite fast. It's really weird now that I think, like, the thought just hit me. I think that so far, Rhyhorn might be the first Pokemon that I would say, yeah, I think that the Pondian form, like, based around me about a certain Pokemon, I think so far the first one that would make sense is Rhyhorn, which is crazy to say, because I never would have expected that. But that's kind of what I expected, like, what would happen with me for Origins, where I would not be the one, like, I would not be coming in making my own lore. The lore would just kind of I would just accept the lore that kind of happens around me. Time to fill this hole. And honestly, I would normally say that I'm I'm struggling a bit with iron, but funnily enough, the pyramid scheme is kind of fixing my iron issue, because I don't know why, but our iron farm broke. I don't understand enough about villagers to understand what broke the iron farm. Yeah, I think that when we're gonna get a break again in camp, I'm probably gonna go in Origins to see like what I've missed. Especially because I've been told that there's a few surprises waiting for me, and I did see one of them. I did see what's outside of my house in Prelude, and that is so cool. Thank you, Atori. I don't think she's here, but that was so cool. Basically, Wendigo, my story from before I joined the pond is I used to be a champion who got way too tired of the media duties, and that is the reason why I accepted to move to the pond, just to get away from like the whole glamorous life, because I just wanted to battle Pokemon. And I accepted the role of a teacher at the trainer school, as I knew that it would be a good way to just have a life closer to what my ideal was. And to make sure that when I would get to the pond, I would not be recognized, like, as I would be traveling, I would not get unwanted attention. I put all of my good Pokemon in the PC. So that is why as a champion, I did not have all of my old good Pokemon. Because when I got to the pond, I found out that the internet signal was really bad and I could not withdraw any of my old Pokemon. That is my story of of my trainer before I joined the pond. Oh, this one is going to be able to store so much. I'm missing a few shulkers though. I don't know where I put them. I'm missing quite a few. Did I put them on the pyramid scheme? The problem, Toasty, is he needs to have Pokemon in home to begin with to be able to trade. I don't know how he'd be able to get that. How many do you get for free? I think you only get the one Pikachu. At least from what I remember. Oh, I might have put them in Sword and Shield. Now that I think about it, I might have put the others in Sword and Shield. That's why I don't remember them having anything but Pikachu. Oh, true. Go would be a way, actually. That's a good point. Okay, Josie, that was a good shout. That's how you can tell I don't play Go. I agree, Matt. To be fair, I don't think you're really gonna need more than one box. Like, I have not paid for home ever. I also have never paid for the Gen 8 DLC. Or the Gen 9. Well, technically I paid like $2 for the Gen 9 DLC, but I won an eShop card to get like the rest of the money to pay for most of the Gen 9 DLC. And that's the reason why I have it in the first place. No, there's no breeding. There is no breeding in Origins. And it's a good question on how that would work. I don't think it wouldn't necessarily work because I feel like they would intentionally make it so that you can't just breed them to obtain them. And also, even if you could, like, you probably would be better. I think that would kind of be told to, like, if you can breed them, sure, but do not trade it to people. You have to earn them yourself. I think that's kind of what would be going on with that. I don't even know if there's any plans for like how they're gonna handle that once breeding is a thing, but I think that like, yeah, it's just there isn't going to be much of a point. Or like they're probably going to make it so that the forms don't transfer from being bred. If that can be done, and if I had to guess, it probably can. I want to get back into modding at some point. Like I was just thinking as as I was thinking about that, I was thinking, how would I handle it personally? Like, assuming it wouldn't be in the base mod and they'd have to code it themselves, how would I handle that? Yeah, I kind of miss that, but I need time. And again, do not take any of my words as anything official. That is just purely speculation from me. I am not an authority on like any of the Cobblemon Origins plans. I'm not even the biggest authority in this chat. I feel like I've probably missed quite a bit on Origins while I was gone. Like, I know not anything, well, mainly build stuff that has been built. So give me a second, I think I really need some water. Hi Draco, how are you doing? I would honestly, I think that the closest one I've got to something like that is Arcanine. That's because it's been my start, because it's my starter. But like, as weird as it sounds, like most of my lore, at least when it comes to Origins, has not really been Pokemon centered and tends to be way more like people centered, if I had to say. Like the thing is, like I haven't, like ironically enough, I have not battled a ton on Origins. I've spent way more time building other people up. Like, Matt can confirm, like, from, like, in chat, he can confirm. Doing good. Basically, I went to the Rhyhorn Racing makeup just because I wanted to race more today. And I won again. That was fun. And there's progress. Like, I'm not gonna say that it's a ton of progress, especially because it hasn't been that long since I've come back to taking this pyramid down, but there's been progress. Like, the thing is, when they go to explain also why, because like, there's a lot of lore reason on why I haven't necessarily been battling a lot, and I have way more experience than everyone else, and I think that it's not necessarily going to be that interesting for, like, at least, like, when it comes to, like, storylines, if I'm the one who's just battling and just dominating everything, well, I think it would be entertaining if I did it, like, in the most obsidian way possible, but for the pond, I don't think it really works. Like, the way I've been acting in Camp Cobblemon is probably, like, the most obsidian way possible, because I think that, yeah, okay, if I'm like the main obstacle that people want to take down, yeah, I can play that role extremely well. But like, if I'm the most experienced person, like, it's not very Pondian fit. Like, it's hard to make that entertaining while being extremely Pondian. So instead, I just thought, okay, being the mentor is probably the more interesting way to approach it. I mean, that's how it is, pretty much. Well, I say I do enjoy battling, but yeah, like, I fled the region because I didn't want to be the champion anymore. Like, I still enjoy battling, but it is not, like, I don't want a lot of attention on me, especially because, well, in lore, it's, like I said, I escaped because I hate I hate the media duties, and Sai loves putting me in the paper at every opportunity possible. So me entering tournaments also mean that I'm gonna end up in the papers. Otherwise, like if I had to describe it in another way, otherwise like it's very similar to Nemona, where she just has no one to challenge her, so she's just been trying to find someone that would grow to her level, so she could finally have a good battle. I think that's probably the best way to, like, if we describe it to something that's already existing in Pokemon, but just taking that to the next level. Like, in lore, it's very easy to justify. Out of lore, it is also quite easy to justify. Like, I think that for, like I said, if I was Obsidian, like, I think that it would be very Obsidian to just, like, go in as the Dominator and play the role of, like, yeah, no one's ever gonna take me down. This is way too easy, and just continue like that. But I'd say the trainer school, I think, is something that works way better. Yeah, that's basically what I am. Like, that's what my main role is. Like, I have the main build I'm gonna make on Origins is this trainer school. I'm gonna be teaching people VGC, and not necessarily just new trainers, because I'm actually gonna properly teach VGC and some concepts that are not necessarily like very obvious or very simple. Like, I'm definitely gonna start with simpler stuff and then just move up from there. Like, the thing is, like, it is not lore that, like, really worked early on in Origins that I knew that was, like, it was going to take a while before it starts properly settling in. And with camp, like, yeah, it's been much easier to be able to just, especially after I've been out of Desperation Hour duty, it's been much easier to just properly give myself a role, like, properly understand what my role is without necessarily, like, keeping myself stuck into something, and just play into it. Like, I've been enjoying playing the overly cocky VGC player. Or just being someone that has, at least like when it was to race Rhyhorn Racing, someone who has something to prove. Who always comes in with something to prove. So similar to how it is in the anime of like Professor Oak. But you see, that's not how I want to imagine it, because we hate Dondozo around here, and I want Dondozo to live in a prison, in the prison in the PC. Send them to jail. Dondozo deserves jail time. Dondozo is a wanted criminal, wanted alive or alive. And yeah, like, for me, like, when I was like, okay, former champion turned teacher, how do I justify the fact that, like, I would have some, Pokemon? Like, okay, yeah, bad Wi-Fi. Bad Wi-Fi sounds ridiculous, but, like, yeah, no, you know what, it kind of makes sense. Especially for the pond. Because, like, it is not supposed to be a technologically advanced civilization. So I think that that also makes it make way more sense. Well, Matt, it is crazy, but you know it's true. Skulk Factory. I don't think I have to say anything else. No, well, they will know about it. What do you mean fine, Matt, making us look like we're poor. We are poor, or at least we were. I don't know. It might have changed in the past few weeks since I've been gone, but we've been poor. It's fine, Matt, because being pawned means long-term success, though. We might be poor, but we learn how to rise above the disadvantage. And I would say people would know if I actually finished editing the next Origins video. People will know, but yeah, I know that has not happened yet. Oops. I'm so sorry I could not finish the best piece of pawn propaganda before the next wave of applications. I'm so confident it would have been the best piece of pawn propaganda. I think the best piece of propaganda for any team on Origins, like it would have made both Obsidian and Emporium jealous. It might be. Oh, that would be cool. But yeah, unfortunately you can't join. That's unfortunate. But Ghost Hotel would be pretty cool. I need to figure out where my other... I did in the pyramids. Actually, let's dump some stuff. Did I leave them at the pyramid scheme, or did I leave the other shulkers elsewhere? Or did they despawn at some point? Okay. Okay, they're not here. Where are they then? Because I know I've got shulkers somewhere, but I don't know where. But like, I know I had a purple shulker somewhere. Oh wait, did I leave them in the fishing spot? No? I don't even remember what was in the shulkers, but yeah, I don't know where they are. Here maybe? Probably not though. At least I've got my camp coins. Like, I know I have a purple one somewhere, but I don't know where. That's how I know that, like, yeah, I've got some missing. Did someone take one? No, I'm missing at least one. Yeah, I really can't tell where they are. This is why I need to make a base. This is why. So I wonder if I can make it. I have a problem because like there's Seb's event tomorrow. I don't know what I want to do for it. Like I want to show up, I want to participate, but I don't know what I want to answer. I don't know what I want to do with that one, which is a bit of a problem, really. Because like it's a fashion show, but I don't know which. Like I think I might know which Pokemon like. It's a fashion show where you're pairing yourself with one of your Pokemon, but I don't know which Pokemon I want. I think I might know which Pokemon I want to do it with, but I don't know what I want to do, especially that will like look interesting / unique. Because I might want to do it with my shiny Squirtle. I'm like, what? Spy pair, and I'm kind of putting a suit that's like kind of Squirtle colored. I don't know. I feel like that's like I don't think it's really like that incredible. Aside of that, I don't know what else. Like I might just show up to spectate because I don't have an idea. Or if there's another Pokemon that I think I would be able to fit better idea-wise. But I don't know what it would be. Which is where the problem lies. There's not much here. It's pretty empty. Oh, that one has a lot that I need to take care of. Not that chest, that chest. So I'm gonna need wood. I'm gonna need a lot of wood. Yeah, but what would I do looks-wise to match the Rhyhorn that would be interesting to show up with? And I'm gonna say the race suit does not really work. As much as I'd want to do that, I don't think it works. And the Squirtle has come in clutch twice already. Like the Squirtle also would be like keep the title going because the Squirtle want us show us the coolest shiny we've got. From like each cap had to present the coolest shiny they had, and I won with that one. And also like the 3 shinies that best represent camp was also this Squirtle. So like I think like the idea you had of like keep it going, I think that the Squirtle would be a good example of that one. But I don't know. I don't think it's like enough. This one, this one, this one. This one is too full. Wait a second. I realized which one okay, no. Okay, thank God. I still have this one. This one is the one that I really don't want to lose. Those are the main 2 I don't want to lose. Wait, yeah, I am missing multiple because I don't have my Shiny Queen box. Shiny Queen prize box. Where is it? Oh my God, where are they? Wait, are they in the end biome? Probably not, though. Yeah, no. Nope. I don't know where they are. I think someone might have taken them. Maybe when I was fishing, actually. Like, you might have gone to someone by accident. Huh. This is weird. Like, I really don't know where they are, but I know I lost at least 2 shulkers. Possibly more. But I know at the very least at least 2. Classic bot. Wait a second. That's really bad that I lost it. Because I know that I had like my enchanted golden apple bait. Wait. Yeah, I'm being... Okay, that is pretty bad. I'm gonna have to contact the counselors or something. First, I'm gonna see like if anyone in our camp has seen it, just in case. But like, I'm pretty worried there. Let me check maybe. So let me check group management. It's maybe in here, but I doubt it because I was here yesterday. Oh wait, no, I don't think I went. I don't think I placed them there. Maybe the EXP farm. But I'm not gonna check right now. I'm gonna have to check. Thank you, Saxo Sweet. How are you doing? Happy Midsummer to you too. Wait. Welcome back, Toasty. Yeah, now we're panicking because I'm pretty sure I lost at least 2 shulkers. And one of them had a full stack of like triple enchanted golden apple bait. I don't know where it went. Like, if anything happened to it, it might have been that it despawned when I was trying to pick it back up, which would have been absolutely criminal. Which, honestly, I wouldn't even be too surprised because the ground items despawning tends to be so random. Or sometimes it will just despawn every 5 minutes, and sometimes it's just fine. I probably could. But I don't know where I would find it. Maybe last night. Oh my god. I was in the middle of editing yesterday's recording. Oh my god. That's going to be looking through 4 hours of footage to look for the specific moment. Oh my god. Yeah, I wonder where it went. Did I put them in a chest or something? I doubt it. I doubt it. Because I'm pretty sure I still had them in the evening. That sounds good. Anything you've been up to, or? Meanwhile, just doing more progress on the pyramid scheme here. Like, I don't think there's too much I can do here. Like, I've already looked at most of the spots where I know I could possibly find it. I don't know which other spots I could possibly find it. Like, it's not like I went to a lot of places yesterday. Wait, where was the not to? Oh, I think I might know. I think it was like around there where we found the shiny Natu. I might have placed a shulker to look for Pokeballs. Possibly. So it would be like around this direction. That might be one of my guesses, but probably not. Like, it was right here. What's the purple box again? I think it might be Battling 101 or the Survival Guide. Okay, that sounds kind. Now that sounds like one of the weirdest descriptions I've heard, but that sounds really fun. So I still don't know where this water comes from. Still don't know why there's water just like randomly there. So you know what I might do? Like, I'm gonna still make more progress on this first. I think I might go back to Big Sprout to try to get some honey and, well, fish with one of the stacks I've got currently, like when the stacks of beta are still there, then go, and then hope, like wait for honey to show up as I fish. I think that might be the way to go. I'll be streaming Origins once I get back to Origins, yeah. Like, I tend to, especially when I'm in the middle of editing something like I was before camp, I tend to not stream too often. I tend to stream like once a day. Well, no, not once a day, like once or twice a week. And then usually try to focus more on editing. And yeah, I need to make sure that like in the future I have ways to make it quicker to edit. Like, I might focus a bit more on the narrative because like I think that, like the more technical explanations are part of why it takes so long to release videos. Because like, if I go too on the technical side, I have to make it visually appealing because otherwise it's extremely boring to watch through. So that usually means like a lot of very detailed, very calculated editing. When compared to something that's naturally like more action-packed, it usually is much quicker to edit. Like the racing video, for example, or like the races, I did not necessarily have to do a ton. Like it was just getting the clips, audio, like trying to figure out which audio clips I wanted, like from which perspective, because I also recorded Iman's VOD, and then some of parts Iman's audio was better than mine, and at some parts mine was better for like the certain parts. Then including some replays for like some spots where I thought it would make a big difference quality-wise, and then honestly, like when I get to use raw footage, it tends to be pretty quick. And that's a video where I managed to use, like, to get away with using a lot of raw footage. With, like, most of the competitive stuff, I tend to not really be able to do just that. Especially when it gets to, like, team building stuff. Like, the bells themselves, like, especially with how I'm making the next video, I don't think it's going to be as bad. Like, the moment we get into more technical stuff, I kind of have to put more effort in the visuals and just, like, keep people interested. It's kind of why I also want to be able to just diversify a bit. Like, you can kind of tell what I mean. Like, if you've watched my multi-battle tournament, like, you can tell when I talk about how we built, like, when I built the team, or even just, like, as I start explaining, like, some of the Cobblemon mechanics I had to learn, like, how Polka Snacks worked. Or I have to go extremely, and even just some of the match analysis, where I just kind of have to turn it up to 11 visuals wise. Oh, to be fair, it also helps that like after you get started with some of those visuals, you can just kind of start reusing stuff, which does help with time. But it's still way more effort than just being able to just cut to different parts of raw footage. Like one of the things that I'm excited for the trainer school is I probably can just. Thank you for the follow, Saxo Swede. No, I do not have any idea because it's a big part of of how I can answer depends on how much I'm gonna have to do editing wise for Camp Cobblemon. But I think that Camp Cobblemon for me is much easier to edit currently because of the fact that I can keep a lot of things way more simplified. And like the problem is, especially with the tournament video that I've been working on, like it kind of tries to cover too many. Like I'm starting to worry that I might be trying to cover too many things at once. So it means that I have to kind of pace things a bit. Like make sure I don't move from one explanation to another immediately and just give people like some time to breathe. Like I'm thinking that it might be fine for this video, but like it makes me realize that I do not want to focus on as many people in the tournament video again. Like I might have to focus on like it's not like I'm even spending a lot of time talking about everyone in the pond who's participating in there. Oh yeah, I've been in a few, I think. But mainly like the one where Mr. Custard is revealed is probably the one where I have like probably the biggest role, but I also show up in the one with like the shiny center. I show up in a few. But basically, like I think that, and it also helps that like it kind of explains some of the different teams that can be run in the Cobblemon meta, but like there's a bit too much going on, I think. And that's kind of the problem, I'd say. Like, I do not want to cover it. Like, it's not like I'm covering them in depth, like I said, but covering 8 different people feels like it's a bit too much. Even if some of them are very briefly. Like, Matt is definitely, like you can tell there's there are clear people I focus on more in the video, and that's good. That's fine. And some of them I go through very briefly, but I probably would probably try to cut it. Like, might even try talking to people to just get a second opinion on whether it's too much or if I should cut or not, but we'll see. Yeah, like the main 3 I focus on are the 3 that did the best. Like, even the duck section feels like it's kind of just about as much about Mason and Matt than it is about Duck. And the thing is also, like, I think that, especially as I go too much into the explanations, like, it just ends up being me yapping a bit too much about how the meta works, and it's not really what I want to truly talk about. Like, it is just about as much about the people involved and it is about the teams and all of that. And with some of them, it's just, I can't really work. Like, I can't do that directly. Like, especially when a lot of the building has been done, like, off camera, like, in text chat on Discord or without me really knowing much. It's really hard for me to make anything interesting. Which is why Mike was probably, like, the ideal person for this video. Because basically we voice chatted for like everything when it came to the building process, and I recorded all of it, so it's just very easy for me to just pull everything. And that helps a lot. Like, I don't want to be spending 30 minutes just explaining the teams that people brought again. Which is kind of what I'm doing, but like I say like, that's what I'm doing, but no, like half of it I'd say is probably just like slice of life stuff, if anything. Like building up towards the tournament. Like I probably have like a good 10 to 15 minutes about the Skull Factory and Matt being nervous about the tournament and that kind of stuff. Cool. Just make sure we're in voice chat when that happens. Also, one of my big problems is the fact that I'm kinda starved for storage space, which forces me to do some very awkward things when it comes to for the raw footage to edit. I need a new external hard drive. I need it so bad. It also doesn't help that unlike most people, like all of the other creators, I can't AFK and get resources while editing because of the fact that I'm in VR. It's like, I either have to be on the server or I have to be editing, but I can't do both at once. Like the only time I think that like I've managed to do that, and honestly, it was so productive when I could do it, was when I was building on the creative server. Just having the timeline so I could start cutting stuff as I was building on the creative server. I was like, oh, that's why people can get stuff done. That's why everyone else can get editing done and do other things. That's why I feel like I'm falling so far behind. It's because I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot when it comes to that specifically. Poke Park 3. Give us Poke Park 3. That's what I need. Or more stadium mini games. Stadium mini games are peak. But then again, that's kind of what Poke Park is. But the mini games are not. I think that some mini games more stadium style in the Poke Park game would be so good. That was the lack of mini games was probably my biggest disappointment with Battle Revolution back in the day. Because it felt like, oh, this is a new stadium, and then there's no mini games like Stadium. That's very unfortunate. So it is so funny how, after all of the stories about Camp Vulpix, I end up going to camp again. That's like the funniest outcome possible. Wait, would it be Masa who might have taken my, like, more than one shulker box, actually, now that I think about it? Where's Masa when I need him? Also, I decided to try Mega Metagross on Champions today. Like, I decided to open the game, like, okay, can I get something in, like, from Reg MB? Can I try Reg MB a little? I think I played 3 games, I'm in Great Ball 3. And I got a Metagross from the ranch. I was like, oh, that's one of the things I might have wanted to try out. I don't think that the set I'm running is any good. Like, I went for Body Press, Iron Head, Bullet Punch. I don't think it's necessarily great. At least that set specifically. Yeah, I know. You know what I think might be a very, like, especially in the current format, one might be a sleeper pick? Rock 2 Metagross. I think that might be decent. Yep. Poke Park is basically like a minigame focused Pokemon game. I think it was the first Pokemon game that also had like real-time battles. I don't know how quite to describe it. Like, it's like, yeah, it's mainly a minigame focused Pokemon game. Quite cute, honestly. Quite cute. Quite a cute game. I've heard that the second one is amazing, but I've only played the first one. Like, I want to try the second one at some point. But I'm busy. I've been way too busy. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to contact one of the counselors about. Yeah, no, I don't mind. Oh, and another mystery dungeon would be so cool too. I love a mystery dungeon. We're so overdue for a new Mystery Dungeon game. Fun fact, for this phase, we're supposed to submit one piece of merch that we own with the mascot of our camp. And mine, my piece of merch, because I realized that, oh wait, that actually works, is actually the box of Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. My first Pokemon game overall was Stadium. My first Mystery Dungeon game was Red Rescue Team. My first mainline game was Leaf Green. I had to play Stadium with rentals my entire life. I could not transfer any Pokemon to Stadium. I still don't know how I managed to clear round 1 in those circumstances. Like, actually, like, I'm still surprised that, like, then again, I had to be an adult before I could clear round 1. But it's insane to, or almost an adult. I forgot if I was an adult yet or not. But it's crazy to me looking back that, like, as a 10, 11-year-old, I came so close to doing it. Despite, like, basically knowing almost nothing about the games. I think that's kind of what made me learn a lot about battling as a kid. I basically had to bring a fork to a gunfight. That's, I think, what basically playing Stadium with rentals only can be best described as. Wow! Oh, Infernape! That's gonna be so helpful in Reg MP. I've played Shadows of Almia. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It is a fun game. I remember watching my friend play through the original Rangers on the school bus. Like when I was in 6th grade. And yeah, then I got Shadows of Almia, I think like 7th or 8th grade. I don't remember if I still have the Manaphy because I lost my diamond at some point. And I don't know if I got it in my diamond or my platinum. And wasn't there an event for Darkrai in that game too? Am I remembering wrong? But I think there was an Almia Darkrai. Okay, the most niche thing I remember playing on the DS was PvP battles in Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. That was really fun, but really bad because there was no anti-cheat. So like you almost always ran into people who were actually cheating. It was extremely rare. Like, even I use my action replay for it specifically to beat, because I remember there was one weapon that was invincible unless you use one specific spell book. And I intentionally, because I normally like the specific spell book couldn't be upgraded. And I intentionally cheated to upgrade that one spell book, and I only used it against people who were cheating. And then otherwise, everything else would be legit. Oh, which one would... Okay, that one is easy. Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon would make the best anime adaptation. I don't know if it counts as a spin-off, but my second answer would be Colosseum and XD. I feel like they play a bit too much like mainline games to not count them as mainline games. And if we count them as spin-offs, I think that those are my second answer. Or potentially even the first. But Mystery Dungeon, no questions asked. Also, I will, since we're talking about spin-offs, one thing that I will say is, what was it? Pokemon Duel probably has the most underrated soundtrack of the entire franchise. It is so good. For a game that no one remembers, including me, the soundtrack goes way too hard. I remember a VGC friend who heard me play one of the songs on stream was like, wait, what's that song? Can you send me a link? That is so good. I was like, yeah, that's a game we've never heard of. I think I installed it on my phone when it came out on phone. Played it once, and then just uninstalled it. But the music, it is so good. I will be surprised if I never used it in a video, but I've actually used tracks from Duel before. Wait, I know which game I would want to see another copy of. Not kidding. Actually, I'm kind of kidding. We need a second Hey You Pikachu. That is the best game of all time. The best video game of all time. We need a second one. I still can't believe we've got a second Pokemon Snap. That came out of left field. That came out of left field so hard. I still haven't played it, despite the fact that I was so happy that it was announced. I feel like a fraud. I played through the original Snap. Then again, I feel like it's a bit hard to justify with the price tag. It is a much higher price tag than what I got the original Snap for. It looks like a fun game, but is it especially Canadian dollars wise, is it an $80 fun? Is it $80 fun? I don't know. I really don't know. Yes. Shadow Lugia was so... Shadow Lugia... Actually, that in the second movie is why Lugia was my brother's favorite... it still is my brother's favorite Pokemon. Primal Dialga also went so hard. Primal Dialga was just oh my god, things just got real. It is so funny how Primal Dialga, despite just being a recolor, went so hard, and then you get Origin Form Dialga, and you just go, yeah, it exists. That is still so funny to me. Full offense, by the way. Oh. If I could make a spin-off, what would it be? That's a good question. Oh, wait, I know. We get a proper Pokemon racing game. There we go. That's the right answer. We get the proper racing game we need. Rhyhorn Racing, the full budget game. You shouldn't have asked me immediately after after this event. Well, or you might have, because like otherwise, what? Like I'm trying to think of like, I know I've had a very interesting, unique idea for a spin-off before, but I forgot what it was. Also, we need Earl. It's not. I wouldn't count that as a spin-off, but we need the equivalent of like Earl's Pokemon Academy back. Like I think the tutorial missions and champions did an okay job, but it wasn't enough. Like if you compare it to like what they had in Stadium 2, what they did in Stadium 2 was still to this day the best in-game tutorial we've ever had. Like I think that it probably teaches more than anything that's ever come after it. Despite the fact that like half of the info is outdated and isn't true anymore, it probably teaches you more than almost anything else. Not gonna lie, I don't even think that like in character lore for Origins, I don't even think that it would really work as something that would make sense. I think it might have been just like I think the way that would make the most sense is just a way to still keep scratching the competitive itch. If anything, maybe. Also, oh my god, I'm scared of what I'm gonna see in the newspaper when I come back to Origins. But I don't know if I love Matt. I think I'm gonna. I think in real life I'm gonna like out of character I'm gonna love it, but when I'm gonna be in character I'm gonna hate it. Like it is so like that part of me is like so funny of like how in contrast it is, but like in almost every other part of like my Origins character like is almost a parallel of myself, but like that part specifically is just like almost practically opposite. Like yeah, no, give me attention. I want attention. But to everything else, it's like yeah, no, it's pretty accurate. But like yeah, no, I'm like not as into battling anymore. So like I do kind of want to be able to do more than just that. And that's kind of why I don't want to necessarily make battling my whole thing, even if it's like you like I know I need to be accepted to Origins. I kind of needed to use like my battling skills as leverage, and like being the teacher I think is like the perfect way to just in my mind it's the perfect way to just get the perfect compromise. Like being able to tell interesting stories and without necessarily being me always competing. I mean, I think that most of them are going to end up being public at some point. Like, actually, it probably depends on people, but like probably in content. Like, I know that like my beef with Sai will definitely make it into content at some point. Like, it is such an important part of the lore, of my lore that like yeah, like the beef between Sai and I, that it is definitely going to be mentioned at some point. Like, I came very close to talking about it when it comes to the current video I'm working on, but like the video's already so long that I don't want to take too many. I don't want to go on too many tangents. Like I think I might be, because like I'm probably gonna make a video about when I built the school, and that's probably when we're properly gonna be introduced to my beef with Sai. Matt, same. My beef with Sai is the funniest thing ever. It is so funny how I have beef with probably, like, definitely up there as one of the nicest people on the server, if not the nicest person. And he's so good at playing the role, too, of, like, fueling the beef. I respect it. Out of character, I respect it a lot. In character, I hate it so much. Same. Like, it feels like the most random it feels like the most random side plot. Like, it feels even more random than, like, Punk versus Grunkies. Like, the most intense, like, up there is one of the most intense beefs that's just, like, the biggest side plot. I'm gonna have to ban Sai in character from the classroom, but then just allow him to participate in secret, so that, because I don't actually want to prevent, like, out of character I do not want to prevent him from participating, but in character I feel like it wouldn't make sense. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to make it work, because I feel he'll agree. And I think that there's probably a solution that we both can come up with that would be absolutely hilarious. Sigh in one of the windows. What's the story with the beef with Fiero, actually? Like, I did see a bit when I was looking back to work on the video, and I wanted to look back at the tournament footage. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you down. And you went, oh, you wish. But I don't know too much about it itself. It depends. Like, we might have other subjects. And like, I'm probably, like, we need to talk about it, but Atori, Sharon, and I talked about both of them potentially having stuff going on at the trainer school, and I might have talked with someone who might be another surprise teacher at the trainer school, but that still needs to be finalized. Like, I don't think it's been decided quite yet if that's gonna happen or not. Oh no, don't tell me. Okay, I was gonna be worried that the emeralds despawned. I need those emeralds. I will never have too many emeralds. But yeah, I might have a surprise second teacher at the school. Well, fourth. Like, the plan is, I'm probably gonna be the main teacher. I'm definitely gonna be the one that's gonna, the one who's gonna be teaching VGC, but I might have other subjects. And we're gonna see who to see, because I will tell you, it is not who you think it is. Like, the surprise teacher is not who you think it's gonna be. Oh, Blastoise. Oh, Blastoise. Oh, I do not really need the minerals. Like, the emeralds are kind of needed for the villager trading. But, like, all of the stone and all of that, not really. It's really to take down the pyramid out of spite. They're not going to give me Golurk. I'm going to take down the pyramid scheme. If a pyramid is a scam and we don't want people to get scammed, it is our duty to make sure that no one gets scammed ever again. Despite the fact that we're the tryhards, I'm turning Camp Turtwig into the good guys. Originally, people thought that we were gonna be the villains, but no, we're the heroes. We're taking Dondozo down. Oh yeah, Matt, were you there when we were talking about the fact that I'm catching every Dondozo to put them in jail? We're catching every Dondozo on the server to put them in jail. Because Dondozo does not deserve death. It deserves more suffering than that. So we're putting all of them in a PC to cause them as much suffering as possible. Cool. So remember, always slander Dozo. Here we love to slander Dozo. The funny thing is, it's for a quest called Super Fan, but we're gonna be the super haters. We hate on Dozo. Dondozo, may you choke with Dracovish. In camp, there's no Dozo player. We're just hating for the love of the game. Because we need to catch as many of the same species that only shows up as rare or rarer, and we're going to be fishing a lot, so we figured that Dondozo would be the best pick. And also, since we don't have any real Dondozo fans, but we have a bunch of Dondozo haters, we decided that, yeah, we're going to double down on hating on Dondozo. As we should, really. And yeah, in Origins, it's Lego. Just remember to always hate Dondozo. You know what's really, really funny, actually? One of my VGC friends said, this morning, which I laughed so hard considering that, I thought of Lego immediately. He said, if you use Dondozo, you probably unironically think that 6-7 jokes are funny. I was like, oh my god, he clocked him. I agree, Toasty. But you see, I hate Dondozo more than Tatsugiri because at least Tatsugiri has a kind of cute design. Dondozo does not even have the design going for it. I know, Matt. I know. I laughed so hard because I'm like, oh my god, he clocked Lego. He clocked Lego so hard. It's funny how the best Dozo player doesn't even like using Dozo. It's just like his green goblin mask that keeps calling him and that he uses whenever he hates the format and that nothing clicks. Not even Dozo's best player likes Dozo. No one likes Dozo. Never forget that. Also, what is Mega Tatsugiri's ability again? Is it confirmed yet? Time to pick some stuff up. Okay, it hasn't. Cool. That's what I thought. You know what would be really, really funny? If Mega Tatsugiri got Truant. I think that would be the funniest way, the funniest thing ever. Honestly, Wendigo, I like Kingamit's design. I like using it. I hate playing against it. I will say that, yeah, it is a stupid, like, when it comes to like gameplay wise, yes, it is a stupid Pokemon. Like, as much as I can say I kind of like King Gambit, I have to admit that it is excessively stupid. It is one of the many stupid Pokemon I did in Gen 9. I just like balance wise. Like, I think like, King Gambit is a cool design, but yeah, it has a lot going against it. I will still, like, I cannot argue against that. Like, it probably should have been nerfed at least a little. I thought it would be worse than it actually is without Terra, honestly. I thought it would be worse. So, you know what? It might have been okay to not have nerfed him yet, but yeah, it's gonna need one eventually. Thank God Sneasler got a nerf. Okay. Okay. It's empty. This. Okay, not here. Here. Four. This one is empty. This one's empty. This one's empty. The thing, Wendigo, is that like the main focus for the class is that like actual like lessons that will actually work outside of like they're lessons that transfer to outside of character lore. Like they actually are like actual battling fundamentals. I probably wouldn't mind like having Mog there as like for more lore reasons, but like the main focus is gonna be like actual like practical uses. Like, if you're someone, for example, that's a bit newer to Cobblemon or something, or that just, like, wants to properly learn VGC, you're gonna... That's gonna be your... That's gonna be your main stop. So, like, it's really gonna depend on, like, what can be taught and what can't be taught. And, like, I will be cool if, like, people just hosting their own extra classes as long as they don't. And also, to be fair, I feel like Mock's Dojo already kind of covers what Mock, like, where Mock would want to do his teaching to begin with. And also, I do not want the school to be excessively massive. We're teaching all-rounders around here. Honestly, I think that for Goldango's nerf, like, because I said discussion about the Goldango nerf, I think they should have done one nerf or the other, not both. Like, both was unnecessary. But I guess they kind of wanted to make it closer to what, like, Leaf Storm or Draco Meteor was. But I think you kind of only needed one of the two and not both. Then again, I don't think it's really good. No, actually, it is going to be quite bad for Goldango. No, I was trying to say it's not going to be that bad is a bit of a lie. But it did feel... At times, it did feel like Goldango was just, like, unrestricted Calyrex. Unrestricted Calyrex. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, Zopi. how did the stream go? Zopi, I hope that you will be proud. I am once again the best racist on the server. No, it did need a nerf. Dango definitely needed a nerf. It just did not need to get gutted. Like, unlike Zacian, it did actually it did need a bit of a nerf. But again, I would say that so did King Gambit. And there's going to be more racing tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be live for that. Probably not, if I had to guess. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what happened to my shulkers, because like I did lose like at least 2, maybe even 3 shulkers, and I don't know where they went. I'm also going to have to check what was in them when I lost them, because like obviously I have the footage. I'm just going to have to do... No, Zacian didn't need a nerf. I will still stand by the fact that Zacian did not need a nerf. Because like the main thing that made Zacian as broken as it was the fact that Dynamax was excessively broken. Like what made Zacian more powerful than it actually was the fact that Dynamax is absolutely broken, and the fact that it just got to ignore Dynamax offensively was absolutely game breaking back then. I will still stand by that. And I will also say that both Calorexes were not nerfed hard enough. Make them lose the unnerve. Just give them the Grim Neigh and the other one. Chilling Neigh. Just give them both of those. It was very good, but I don't think it was absurd. Especially compared to the other broken ones. I think it would have been fine. Like, even in Gen 8, when there was, like, the one format with one restricted, one Dynamax... no Dynamax. I don't even think that Zacian was the best restricted. Like, it might have had the best results, but I think it just took way too long for people to realize that... Oh, Calyrex Shadow is better. I mean, before ZA came out, I would have said Kalos. Now, I don't know. Like, because like the thing is, I'm glad that they skipped Unova, because I don't think that Unova needs to be revisited. Actually, you know what? Galar. Yeah, I would say Galar. Like, Galar in medieval times, I think would be so sick. I think that... I forgot which Calyrex did. But yeah, I think, like, the signature move lost, like, 10 base power. In champ... Like, I think one of them got a nerf after Gen 8, which was, like, negligible. I think it was Calyrex Ice that got the nerf, and then Calyrex Shadow got another nerf into... Calyrex Shadow got a nerf of, like, 10 base power, I think, in Champions to Astral Barrage. Yeah, exactly, which is, like, still very ridiculous. Especially when you compare to something like Origin Pulse and Precipice Blades. Which, aren't both of them with lower base power and lower accuracy with... No, actually, no. Well, the Primals have busted abilities, but the non-Primals don't. They have good abilities, but good doesn't cut it anymore. They should let me balance the game so that we play VGC 2017 forever. It's never going to beat VGC 20... Nothing's ever going to beat VGC 2017. Oh, okay. Okay, Wendigo. Okay, never mind. You're cooking. Okay, Western Unova game? Well, yeah, okay, that would also go crazy. Okay, you've convinced me. And Wendigo, the reason why I say it doesn't need it is because it is the best they're the best or the best games in my opinion too. Like they already have the good package. Kalos needed something. You like I cannot even talk trash about X and Y because I do not remember X and Y. That's how badly they needed ZA. Like I think it's the only region where I can probably not even name half of the gym leaders. Or I might just barely be able to name half of the gym leaders. No, I will talk trash about X and Y Toasty. Too late. I will keep talking trash about it. The Pokemon designs are really good. The region itself, the story itself, yeah, extreme, easily the most forgettable. Like, there's a lot of X and Y that feels way too rushed. Like, I want to like it, but I don't. Like, the main thing that I will forever give it props for is that it was finally, like, the first step to making competitive more accessible. Toasty, did you not hear me say what I said about the Pokemon designs of Gen 6? I will not argue against the fact that the new additions bangers. I will not argue against that. In my opinion, that's almost actually that. And to be fair, it's a Pokemon franchise. They almost never miss. The soundtrack goes hard. Yes. But outside of that, yeah, no, I can't even hate because I need to. If I want to be a good hater, I like to remember what I'm hating on. It is just that forgettable. Galar is based off England. Paldea is based around Spain. Exactly, Matt. And that's why I think that, yeah, when I found out that, like, yeah, okay, they skipped Unova to do CA, I was like, okay, yeah, honestly deserved. Like I said, it's not like I even want to hate Kalos. I don't even want to hate it. And technically, I don't even hate it. I just don't even remember it because it is that forgettable. Outside of the Pokemon designs and the music again. I agree, Wendigo. And I'm definitely not biased because I'm Canadian. We definitely need one. I will give it to them though. Australia region, cool idea. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the Australian region. Oh, I need one lord in this, huh? Okay, okay, it's right here, unsurprisingly. Now it's time to break it and time to replace it. New spot. New temp spot. Oh, water. Huh. cold half of the year. I think that's the only correct answer. It feels cold half of the year. And I'm not gonna elaborate. I'm not gonna give a more serious answer than that because I do not want to get into too political right now. I'll put it that way. Okay, let's place that one. What time is it? Okay. I think I've still got plenty of time. Oh yeah, the league itself in Galar was really cool. I like the way they just did like the Elite Four being like a tournament is also really good. Like it gave the most like, oh yeah, like this is like competition. Like it actually turned like becoming a champion to like something that's actually strived for way better than any other game. And it is like at least, and when it comes to like competitive arenas, I think it is the coolest one. Then again, the world-specific arena in Gen 7 is probably really cool, but we never saw it for more than a turn because terrains back then just completely overrid the arena. But fun fact, there are special arenas in the Gen 7 games, like PvP arenas just for Worlds, and like one specifically for Worlds and one for Worlds Finals. And I got to see that arena on my own cart. That still feels so cool to me. I miss when there was the World's Finals theme. Like when there used to be like the Champion Blue remix for the World's Finals. And that you'd unlock it for your cart for your game if you were competing in World's Finals. Like, or what they did in Gen 5 with the Pokemon World Tournament, where like the previous year's top 4 at Worlds was in the game. I think that was also so cool. I wish I did bring stuff like that again. But no, we're the side event of the side event of the side event now. We're the side event of TCG, that's the side event of Pokemon XP. At Worlds. Confirmed. We're always a side event to TCG, by the way, although it used to be way worse back in the day. Like, I remember there were regionals where VGC did not even have a stream, but TCG did. It happened multiple times. Or the one time, like the first time I went to Toronto regionals, TCG was playing in the ballroom and VGC was playing like in the hallway with tables that were basically that large. We barely had enough room to put both of our 3DSs. When we're writing down notes, we could see what the other person was writing down because it was just, we did not have space. And I remember I got info from my opponent because like I remember that my opponent found out that my Garchomp, one of my opponents found out that my Garchomp was Choice Scarf on turn 1 because I went before a Pokemon on her side. And because I found out that she knew that my Garchomp was Choice Scarf, I knew that her Pokemon was Choice Scarf because that's the only way she would have known that my Pokemon was Choice Scarf. Like obviously I was gonna take advantage of that, but it is so stupid that I could. Toasty, I think that the main reason is like the money barrier of entry, like, and also it is much easier to get into the TCG at the local level, and then once you get to the local level, it's much easier to go from local to regional level. Because like VGC is way more popular when it comes to the viewership, but not necessarily when it comes to the number of competitors. It also doesn't help that they just reserve more spots for TCG, but it's also mainly because they just get more people straight up. But yeah, like they've always done a worse job at advertising VGC. A lot, and the thing with local stores is a lot of them just, because it's not like TCG, they buy packs. Like it makes the store money. VGC, not really. So they tend to tolerate VGC at best at their stores. And because of that, they don't necessarily put a lot of effort into advertising the fact that they've got VGC locals. For a lot of them. And because of that, it tends to like slow growth a lot, because without a local scene, people don't necessarily build the confidence to go to regionals, or, well, knowing people is the best way to make your regional trips less expensive, because you can split room, you can travel together. And with those connections, they start at locals. You don't have locals, you don't have people to travel with. The problem is with Champions is, because there's no local communication, they need to provide, like, the venue needs to be able to provide internet for the competitors. And a lot of them don't want to. And just because it can host doesn't mean they want to. Like, I won't be surprised if... I don't know if Champions is going to be a step back or a step forward when it comes to, like, to the local seeds. Because, like, at least before they changed it to leagues, like, that VGC event had to be hosted through the leagues, like, it was possible to be, like, a VGC-centered, or, like, mainly VGC-focused judge, and be able to, like, you know, host events in, like, a library, or even esports centers. Like, I know that, like, where was it again? I'm trying to remember where it was. Somewhere in Ontario, there was one of the local scenes always hosted their locals in an esport arena, but because of the fact that they have to be hosted in leagues, and one of the rules to be approved as a league is you need to sell TCG products, they couldn't host anymore. They couldn't host locals anymore. And the TCG, and in that city, none of the TCG stores that already hosted TCG wanted to host VGC. Are you sure you really have nothing, Matt? Because, like, I know that you guys have a lot of... Argentina has a lot of strong players. Like, the problem is, like, even if they have stuff, it just tends to be extremely poorly advertised. That's also one of the big problems. And Wendigo, sorry for just ignoring that. I missed the message, but... Why do you mean frightened to become one? Wait. In Peru, nothing? That doesn't sound right. I know that they tend to have at least one special event a year, because, like, I know a guy who's pretty good from Peru. Actually, I know a few that are pretty good from Peru. It's just that it tends to be very poorly advertised. And again, like, unless you're, especially in a lot of Latin American countries, if you're not living in the big cities, you're not getting anything. And again, it's also the case in basically anywhere, honestly. If you're not living in a big city, you're probably not getting events. You have to travel way too much. Like, I don't know how much time I spent on the road when I was active as a player. Like, it was an absurd amount of time. Like, I've probably spent more time traveling than I have competing. Like, I've probably spent more time on the road than I have playing matches. Yeah, Matt, you usually tend to have at least like once per season in Argentina, and I think same thing with Peru. No, wait, no, wait, I'm confusing. Oh my god, I feel so stupid because I think I was mixing Peru and Chile. Although Peru do have some strong players, I was thinking of Chile. Uh, oh yeah, LAIC is always in Sao Paulo. I don't think it's ever been anywhere else, and I don't think it's going to change. To be fair, I don't think that like the problem is that because there's prize money and with the gambling laws, there's not a lot of countries that can host LAIC. That's one of the big problems. I think, ironically, that Argentina is like one of the only other ones that would be able to host one. And yeah, and without tournaments, then usually like people don't necessarily have the need or motivation to get better, and I can tell that. Like, I remember when I started out, like, there was only one guy who was actually trying to qualify for Worlds. And you could tell, because, like, he was just leagues above everyone else. Like, and I think the moment that, when they announced Toronto, for 2017, like, everyone on our local scene said, yeah, we're gonna go. People started trying way more. And it showed. Actual gambling? That isn't say like there is so many layers of messed up. That is kind of funny and sad at the same time. Like it is so many layers. Poker, any other something else? I don't know why I'm asking this. I really shouldn't. I said I really shouldn't be asking. I did not ask anything. And honestly, like, when they go a game with real time fighting, like I think that like what I'd want would be something closer to Pokken than what we got in Z. Like, I guess technically that's what we got with ZA, but I think I'd enjoy something closer to what we got with Pokken than what we got with ZA. And yes, Ditto can copy Omega. Like, I think that for me, like, Pokken looked really cool. I just never really got the chance to pick it up. Which is a bit unfortunate. I know that one of my VGC friends' brother was apparently, like, one of the best Pokken players out there. But he just never really got the chance to travel. Not a lot. I don't think that most megas are worth using the Ditto slot for. Toasty, if you're asking me. Although it could be a funny answer to Floed, actually, if that's something you're struggling with. It probably is. It probably is based on Vegas. Now I think about it. And no, I haven't tried the ZA metagame. I have not touched ZA at all. I didn't buy the game. I was about to say I still am, but I was too unemployed to be able to justify buying the game. But I'm no longer too unemployed anymore. I'm just too busy. What have you been going through, Toasty? Because you're right, I do not know. Because I've barely been playing. Sure. Because I have seen some people play the ZA Battle Royales a little. And I know. So, like, it's not like I've got a lot of knowledge, but I would say that I know practically nothing. Also, I need to ask, does the champion's AI switch? Because I'm trying to figure out if the person I faced this morning with a Null Evolutions team was actually a bot or not. Because I thought, oh, this is probably a bot. Then the bot switched out for, like, a defensive strategic move. And I was like, is it just, like, a bot or just someone who's just, like, plays as well as a bot? Because I thought that the AI normally never switches. Like, it wasn't even a bad switch. It was just that the team just had nothing to just deal with Mega Metagross except for, like, Umbreon, but I could just bully the team anyway. No retreat is the main thing that confuses me because I have no clue how it behaves in ZA. Are you actually not able to switch out like you are in the normal games? Because I feel like that might be the main thing that I'd be slightly worried about. And I'm guessing that we're talking, like, when we're talking ZA meta game, we actually mean, like, the ZA games, and not, like, with the ZA mechanics, and not necessarily, like, Showdown ZA, where it's, like, you have the standard Pokemon mechanics, but it's just ZA decks. Wendigo, isn't that pretty much what Champions is, or am I wrong? Like, it sounds like you're trying to describe Champions. A competitive spin-off that basically sounds like... Oh, Okay, so basically, like for example, you could use no retreat after you use it after you switch into phalanx as your third switch. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like it is a lot of weird moves, but it just kind of makes sense. Oh, in the sense of contests. Oh, by competition you meant contests. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think that it would be. I will be honest. I think that a contest spin-off would be way better than like the contest mini games. Like I think that the contest, like it might just be me, but I think that the contest mini games tend to be a bit too simple because they're just a sub part of the main game. That like I think it's hard for me to like see them as anything more than a chore. So like I think that if you gave it like the proper attention it needed, it would be as interesting as they made it try to look in the anime. Like at least for me, like it was just like in the games I've always found it extremely underwhelming as much as I wanted to like it. Like I basically only did it in Emerald because I wanted to upgrade my like I wanted the nice fully shine like the nice upgraded trainer card. That is insane. Okay, the 10A sounds like insane. That the 10A sounds insane. My favorite part in there is just seeing the middle claw and knowing that there's a valid reason to run it even if I don't know what it is. Like just seeing middle claw is the call. Middle claw? More like meta claw. Or when they go, at least actually now I think about it, it sounds like you're just like you want Nintendogs but as a Pokemon spin-off, which honestly would I would be so down for that actually. Like that would wait, Nintendogs but Pokemon is basically Hey You Pikachu 2, but you actually add proper gameplay. Wait, yeah, no, you're cooking, Wendigo. You're cooking. Wait, it is? Oh my god. It only gets Metal Claw? That is insane. Not even Iron Head. Huh. I any reason why it's Galarian Stunfisk instead of Excadrill? Like even non-Mega Excadrill? Like I believe that there's a reason why, and that's why I just want to hear the reasoning. I'm just very curious. Oh, more water. Oh, okay, that's why. That explains. Because I do remember from, like, the little bit I've seen from ZA, yeah, Chandelure basically everywhere, so that makes sense. Like, it is so weird to say when you compare to how it's gone in VGC. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Or at least how it's been in Champions. Oh, my pixel is starting to get pretty low. So, let me scan this guy. Thank you. I mean, it is very funny when you consider it's a team of Galarian, Stunfisk, and the Dene. Like, you're saying for some reason, Matt? The reason is Galarian, Stunfisk, plus the Dene. I do not know about the about the Watchog meta in ZA. Tell me more. I remember that Watchog made day 2 at the Champions Grand Festival. That was so funny. You shouldn't have gone in the way. So I think I'm about, like, once I'm done with this row, I think I'm gonna be done for now for going through the pyramid scheme, and I'm probably gonna go back to fishing, just because I don't want the Pexel to break. I'm probably gonna take some time off stream to just repair it. What made it a niche pick? What dropped the roasted leek? Oh, TR. Now let's pyramid scheme. Let's drop some stuff. That one is full. I'm gonna need more chests, but thankfully I've got more in the first chest of this row. Oh. I mean, it's kind of what both regions are doing for the colors for the forms. Like, I think that Golurk might be like the one exception, like Obsidian Golurk, but I might be remembering wrong. But like, what's its name? Like all of the Obsidian Pokemon are basically black and purple too. Like, it is just like the silent rule that they've given. Like, that they've said, like, that they've given to each other when it comes to the regional forms. That's why. They are the color of their respective regions. I don't think it's ever gonna come back, but I miss unnerfed Kangaskhan. Definitely a war criminal, but I like that war criminal. One day I'm gonna properly sort everything out in these chests. Is that day today? I don't know. No, that day's not today. I already know it is not today. We're almost there. Yeah, it is insane. It is insane when like the rules are so weird it allows some really really weird Pokemon to shine. Or often looking at like which Pokemon are good in Go or in the TCG compared to VGC. Like when you compare what's viable in each game, it makes the other like it looks insane from the other game's perspective. Right. First of all, held items, quick claw in there. I don't think that. Oh, there is one here. No, let's help those combis out. And do we still have some bait? Yeah, we do. Now, you know what we're gonna do? Fish. Oh, I still had some, huh? Do I go fishing here or do I go to the other spot we were at earlier? I think this is gonna keep the honey farm loaded, so I might just fish here. I don't know if it's just large enough to just give me treasure. Because I do kind of want more bottle caps. I might also want to start looking at different biomes for different Magikarps. So then again, it's not like I've got that many Magikarps. It's like I don't think I'm going to be running into a duplicate. I don't even think I can get... I can't even get a Master Ball. We don't have a way to get Wither Schools, so we can't get a Nether Star. And we don't have access to the end, so we can't also get like each of the shulker parts. For one, we can't even make Beast Balls. We don't have access to Echo Shards. It's okay. It's okay, Zopi. We're gonna sue the person who hosted the event for the lack of access to ancient cities. We're gonna sue based on discrimination. He said a lot of damning things. So we're gonna take him to court. And we're gonna win the case. It's gonna be the most beautiful win. I can't wait to go to court for that. It's gonna be so funny. Because he really, really shot himself in the foot with the evidence. I've never seen someone like really shoot themselves in the foot after being told, yeah, we're gonna sue you. I don't think his lawyer is gonna like what he's gonna see. If he even gets a lawyer. Because I think that with the like of it, like the trial for the ancient city, I think is gonna be one that's gonna be universally. Like I think, despite the fact that like Camp Wooper and Camp Turtwig are enemies, that is gonna be like the one thing that we're gonna stand together on. And probably even the camp counselors are gonna take our side. I wish I could get like one of the nicer, like one of the more uniquely colored Magikarps as a shiny. I think that would be pretty cool. Man, I'm still so confused on where my shulkers went. It might have been Macula now that I think about it. I don't know. Because he also placed shulkers and might have thought that some of mine were actually his, but they weren't. Yeah, I'm gonna see when I lost them. Because I think I might have had all of them when I logged on, but I might be wrong. So it's weird to see that some disappeared. Oh, I'll take Draco Meteor out of those. Oh my god, that's a Draco Meteor TM, not TR. That's insane. I both love and hate Draco Meteor. Oh, Clef. Oh, wait. Just to make sure, that was not a shiny, right? I don't think it was. I don't think I heard the shiny sound. And yeah, I don't see the shiny sparkles on the minimap. I think I want to catch this Flamigo, actually. I kind of need at least at the very least, I need to see a Flamigo in the decks, because there's a badge where we need to scan with our Pokedex 35 different fully evolved bird Pokemon. And Flamigo is definitely one of them. Like, I wonder if the different squawkability forms count separately, because if they do, I think that's going to be one of the ones I need to catch. Well, like, all of them I'm going to have to catch. We're going to see. Yeah, Cobblemon Vocalize, I saw it. That just looks so cool, but there's no way I would use it. As cool as it looks, I would never use it, because the problem is, consider the fact that I can't even use chat, because of the fact that I'm playing in VR, trying to use, like, I have to use voice chat to basically talk to anyone, so I would be very worried about stuff being accidentally activating while I'm talking. That's a good one, Toasty. Oh yeah, like, the vocalized mod is really cool, but I wouldn't use it. Mainly because of my... Oh, I can't use... I can't use chat. I don't know how to read. As I like to say. Tatsugiri does not get to live, but it's not going to jail. So, you know, could be worse for it. I know I've got multiple Icy Winds. I'm gonna grab Soak. Oh, that's a TM too. I probably did not want a TM for that. I still want to fully level up my Breloom. I need Dondozos. I need to continue hating. I do kind of need a Toxic Orb. Especially since right now, a Breloom doesn't need the EXP share. Change held item. You know what? Do I want to give it to someone? Oh, I might give it to Blissey. But not put the Blissey on the team for now. Where is Blissey? Oh, there it is. What? Oh, that's what I put in the PC. Because, like I said, right now I want to prioritize Breloom. I want Breloom at max level before. No Wendigo, because I cannot nickname in I very rarely nickname because I need to switch to desktop to be able to nickname. So I save the nicknames for very special occasions. I nicknamed Raikkonen, and I nicknamed the Shiny Squirtle 007 because we needed me to nickname it for the team bonding event. And I was like, you know what? I have the perfect nickname for this guy. Like, I would probably nickname them more if I could nickname while in VR, even if typing in VR is less convenient. But the fact that I have to switch to desktop means that, okay, I am very picky with my nicknames. You have to earn you have to earn your nickname. And let's be honest, the only two with nicknames have completely earned them. They're two of the Hall of Famers. He was part of the Squirtle squad. Wendigo, basically, he was the coolest shiny we had when we needed to show off the coolest shiny, and then for the 3 shinies that best represented camp, that Squirtle was part of the 3. That Squirtle came in clutch. That's a Hall of Famer right there. It is the best. It is the best of the Squirtle squad. It prevented forest fires. And Raikkonen, well, I don't think I need to say more about Raikkonen. It's a champion. It's a 2-time world champion. Because remember, 007, because Squirtle looks like Squirtle with those glasses look like a spy. Looks like a spy. And on top of that, that's his Pokedex number. So 007. Some of them on my team kind of might deserve one too, but I haven't had something that I've been completely sold on yet. Like their performances have not been on the same level as the Hall of Famers. Like, I think the 4 I brought to the first clash probably earned the nicknames. And I'm probably gonna have to think of some. But actually, maybe Cyclizar and Fortress. I've earned one. But for me, they not nicknamed immediately. The nicknames are earned. You know, it's just like how people, like, the greats in sport don't have their nicknames immediately. They're earned after after they've accomplished things. That's the same mindset. They have to earn their nicknames. I have more than 3, but I am picky. I'm picky with when I nickname. There's a Dondozo. That one's going to jail. That one's going to jail. One turn of sleep? Wait, can I throw a Pokeball even if it's... Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. That's actually kind of funny. Oh, good night, Saxo Sweet. Thank you for hanging out. Like, even if it was mostly lurking, it is still very appreciated. Oh, I forgot that I nicknamed Lego. The Electrode Lego. Is what revenge? But yeah, you know what? Yeah, Lego is also like... I mean, it did earn its nickname. It did earn its nickname. The fact that it started performing after we put it in the box of shame. For those who don't know, that's box 67. It started performing well. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Dondozo is the reason. You're right. Oh, I get it. I get it now, Matt. Yeah, Dondozo's the reason why I did poorly at Electrode Bowling. Ooh, bottle cap. Yes, please. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I need to put something in that spot specifically. Man, I'm so excited for more racing today. I love racing. Especially considering that I know it is probably going to be the last racing event. I'm going to miss it so much. I'm going to miss racing so much. It was so much fun. But yeah, I'm usually like way pickier when it comes to nicknames. You will not see me nickname much. It's in box 67, which I called the box of shame. I put it in there after the first round of Electrode Bowling, after I was one of 3 people who did not make it through. Then after I put it in that box, it started performing really well. So I started naming it, so I was like, okay, that's an Electrode that unironically likes 6-7 jokes. That I have to nickname it Lego. Ice Spinner, but not for, this is not for Bronzong, Matt. This is not for Bronzong. It was. At least as far as we know, it is pure RNG, but there might be some ways to affect the Pokemon behavior that we just don't know about. Magic is just science that we don't understand yet. So that might be what's going on with the electrodes. No, Matt, no. Bad, Matt, no. No, Matt, no. Bad. This is when I like slap. This is like I can see like the image in my head of Matt reaching out to Ice Spinner for Ice Spinner Bronzong, and Tosi and I both slapping Matt's hand. Like, no, bad, no, bad, no. Oh wait, I need this guy. I need Golduck. At the very least, I need it in the decks. That's one more bird Pokemon. I think I don't remember if I talked to Vert about it. I think that Vert is in favor, but he just doesn't know if he can or not. That's the main problem for Vert. Because like quite a bit of the stuff that's on the server is stuff commissioned by Iman25, and that probably we can't really use in other projects. So that would be why he might not say yes. It wouldn't be because he doesn't want to, but because he can't. Matt, you might call us boring, but I'm just calling ourselves a good friend. Matt, don't you want to win? Was it your main goal to win? Because if your goal was to win, then yeah, no, we're being good friends. I keep forgetting that it gets protect at low level. Not like it changes my decision much, but that's a thing. Matt, it creates more problems than it solves. Like, you can't call it a solution when it creates more problems than it solves. Yeah, when they go, I am in the Origins Discord. There's no way I would be on Origins without being in the Discord. That would be so weird. That would be so weird. Honestly, that sounds like something Grunkies would do, actually. When you think about it, that would be something Grunkies would do. Matt, even you know that a lot of people tried it and then you have one outlier. That does not mean much. Another war criminal. Let's put him in jail. Let's put him in jail. I hate Dondozo, and so should you. That's a weird looking fluttermane. Fun fact. The first loss I've ever gotten at a regional was against Miss Drevis. The guy top cut the regional with Miss Drevis, and also top cut the tournament. But my first loss in the regional was against Miss Drevis. Which is insane looking back. I mean, even back then it was insane. But especially insane looking back. The first fluttermane result. Honestly, the team was so cool. Like, it was Alolan Raichu, Miss Drevis, too. I think it was... I don't remember if I don't know if I remember the 6. I know there was Celesteela, Alolan Raichu, Tapu Koko, Miss Drevis. I don't remember the last 2, though. Was there Arcanine? I feel like he was not a big... I feel like he wasn't a big Arcanine user, though. I need more honey. That's like the one thing I'm quickly realizing. I need honey. Like I said, I also need wood. I need a lot of things, honestly. I should take some time to build my idea for a base. Especially since I need to edit anyway for like the court case. And also looking at where my shulkers went. I need to check when I started stream to see if they were already there. Like, if they were already gone or not. That's already going to be a good spot to check. Like, it's going to be a good place to start. I caught another Dozo. That's what you missed, Toasty. Remember, you don't hate Dondozo enough. I don't care how much you hate Dondozo, you don't hate it enough. That includes me too. No one hates it enough. It should be more hated. I'm probably going to reach level 75 without even trying. I don't need name tags. We already have so many. Okay, let's turn that into bone meal. You see, I do not hate King Gambit that much. Like I said, like I have a very love-hate relationship with King Gambit. I do like it quite a bit, but yeah, it has a lot wrong with it. But Dondozo, though... it is funny how it just went like... Okay, which Pokemon do we go for? I could go for Beldum since I'm shiny hunting it, but the catch rate is pretty low. Then I saw Dozo and went, you know what? It would be so funny if we go with this bit. we go with this bit, I think it's gonna be really funny. The super fan quest, like this super fan quest being turned into the super hater quest. It's yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say Toasty. I feel like Choppel is probably the best item on it. It's crazy how those items are good again. Like the type resist berries are good again now that you can't just click get out of bad type matchup free card. I mean, yeah, Black Glasses was never gonna stop being popular. That doesn't mean I think it's better though. Oh, I can drink that way, huh? That's cool. I'll exclude. Let's put this stuff in. Yeah, yeah, that really was something, Toasty. Are you using your citrus on anything? Because at that point, I think I'd just run citrus if I were you. At least with how you were running Raichu, I think I'd just run the citrus. Okay. Oh, oh. I see one TM. We probably need to organize our TMs better. Another war criminal. Everyone point and laugh. Ha ha ha. What a bozo. Down with Dozo. Down with Dozo. Ha. Bozo. There you go. This is the kind of treatment Dozo deserves. As long as we're all on the same page. VGC. That is what started Dozo hate. It is the most boring. It is up there as one of the most boring Pokemon to play against. Like, not even just because like it's hard to beat. It's just that even when you beat it, it just feels like you're just clicking buttons. You're not like when you're trying to play a game that's strategic and you're basically forced to not like to play with the most brain numbing way possible. It is not fun, and that is what Dondozo is. Okay, so I'm gonna be ending the stream about now. I'm gonna see if there's someone I can raid into, and yeah, I'll see if I'll stream the second round of racing. I doubt it, but I'm gonna see. But yeah, basically, Dozo bad. Like, Dozo is extremely boring to play against, and that is why I'm always gonna be hating. Is there someone? Oh! Maybe Asha Waves? Who else? No, wait, yeah, let's go into Asha Waves. Like, I don't think he's doing... Yeah, no, he's not doing... I think he's doing a sponsored stream. You know what? Let's sell right into him. Yeah, maybe see you guys later. Maybe see you guys another time. Because I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm definitely not streaming on Sunday. Maybe on Monday. And unfortunately, I can't rate on YouTube yet because I'm not in a partner program. So yeah, see you guys.